And we're back, guys. Welcome to Good Energy. We report on tennis. We have the third round draw. We're wrapping it up right here. If you've listened to the other ones, make sure you like those. If you're listening now, please like this video. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. We start things off with Arina Sabalenka, Elise Mertens. These two ladies are good friends, doubles partners. And look, they've played a ton of times here. Sabalenka does own the head-to-head. It's pretty much been one-sided for the most part. Sabalenka, she's getting hot at the right time. We saw her win the Adelaide, probably the biggest win tournament-wise of her career. She's on a 6-match win streak. She took out Rogers, Martinsova, Noskova to win the Adelaide Championship. That was a tough match by a young heavy hitter. No, she didn't make the Australian draw. She was the second seed behind Alicia Parks, the number 1 and 2 seed eliminated in qualification. I think they need to change that policy. If you're ranked 75th on tour, you should get in every major. You know, there shouldn't be a cutoff point to make a major for a 52-week point system. I don't understand that. Doesn't make sense. You know, the tournament, literally, if the season doesn't end until the second week of December, why do you have a prior cutoff point for a tournament that starts the next year, a month later? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure someone out there can try and make it make sense, but to me it doesn't make sense. And the reality here is, why have a 52-point system? Why have a calendar season if you're going to have a cutoff point within that calendar season? The cutoff point for the calendar season should be the very last day of that year, right? Whatever. But nonetheless, Sabalenka taking on Mertens. Not going to waste much time on this. I like Sabalenka to win this match. It's going to be one of the easier picks in round 3. Elise Mertens doesn't have the defensive skills to be able to stop the power of Sabalenka. And look, Sabalenka, I could see her just coming right down the middle, and Elise is just not going to be able to return the firepower. I say it all the time. I would be happy if Elise Mertens could get a slam. I would be a happy tennis viewer if she could win a slam one day. But the reality is, it's not going to be the Australian Open. At Sabalenka's too much firepower. She's going to blast her off of the court. The only way I see Elise Mertens winning this match is if her best friend or one of her good friends let her win the match. But the reality is, she doesn't have the firepower. She won't be able to keep Sabalenka off of her. She just doesn't have the strength, and she's been one of my favorite players for a long time, so I know that about her. Next up, who do we have? Camila Giorgi and Belinda Bencic. This is going to be a good matchup, guys. Look, Belinda Bencic is red freaking hot. We saw her win the Adelaide International 2. Look at the hit list. Muguruza, Kalinskaya, Carolyn Garcia, Kunamatova, Kasatkina, Tomova, Ann Lee. Oops, I mean Claire Liu. Haha, that was a joke, guys. But listen, Camila Giorgi hasn't been active, but it doesn't really matter. She plays one way. She's got a fast forehand, very powerful. She's very athletic. And this is a matchup here where if Camila doesn't win outright, I like this match to go over. So the official pick here, take the over 19.5 games. That's a very good price, good value. Possibly gonna go way over that, to be honest with you. 19.5 over, that's the pick. All right, who's next? We have Iga taking on Christina. Now look, this is gonna be a good matchup here. Iga's a very huge favorite, guys. Christina's getting 7.5 games for free right off the bat. So look, on paper you'll probably think, yeah, you know what, Iga should win this match by blowout. I don't think Christina's the most athletic player. Iga's footwork is top notch, but just looking at how they're setting up these draws, they're giving look at Ons, look at the opponent she had, right? They're setting up these play. I just think they put Iga in a bad draw where they're giving her the styles that could beat her. And look at Ons. They gave Ons the styles that can beat her. It's just like if you watch the UFC, you know, styles make fights. They literally match up. They'll match up a grappler with a striker on purpose. They do it all the time. And the same is happening in this draw. They're matching up Iga with players that play a style that she doesn't like to play. And I think as she gets deeper in the draw, she's going to be tired. And this is the type of matchup where there's no value on Iga. All the values on Christina. She beat a Bianca and Dressu. There's no way she can't, cover 7.5 games for free. It's 7.5 games, even money. Look, I'll take 8.5. So 8.5 games, Christina Buska. She's the type of player where, I say it all the time, she could lose the first set, win the second set. Win the first set, lose the second set. Because she's a defensive player. She's a baseliner. And she's I don't think she's the most athletic, but she can close out, she can cover ground, and all the values on Christina plus 8.5 games. That's the pick. You guys remember that pick I gave you, Madison Keys versus Iga at the Western and Southern Open. Similar type of actually no, Iga was a huge favorite in that match. I'm sorry, against Madison Keys. Because last time she had previously played her, she gave her a bagel. So Iga was a huge favorite versus Madison Keys. What am I thinking? She's a huge favorite here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Christina wins this match outright. To be honest with you, Christina is. She's getting 3.5 games in the first set, but I like 8.5 on the match, and don't be surprised if Iga's eliminated. Just way overvalued in that spot. $5 will win you $60 on the money line with Christina, but the pick's 8.5 free game, so take that one. Take it or leave it, guys. Take it or leave it. Who do we have next? Ostapenko versus Katarina Bandel. This is a match. This could be an upset outright. Katarina's playing good. She beat Rakimova, think of her as a young Jelena Ostapenko. Rakimova is a good player, guys. She's disciplined. She's from the Federation. I like her skill set. And to be honest with you, Bandel, that was like, what match was that? That was like Fernandez versus Garcia. Rakimova just couldn't close out. She had several opportunities, and the veteran came through, much like Garcia and Fernandez. But this is a matchup here where Katarina actually owns the head-to-head against Jelena Ostapenko, and I think it's got upset alert written all over it. To be honest with you, Ostapenko did beat Yastremska and Anna Bondar, but Bandel, this is the type of matchup that Bandel is looking for. Bandel does play defensive. She takes her chances when they're there, but Bandel's really a smart player. She's experienced, and she's slimmed down. This is the slimmest I've ever seen her, so she looks good. She's fit and in form, and we all know Ostapenko, I don't know, she's taking on like a new physique these days. Look, I like Bandel. The first set, getting 2.5 games. Now listen, Bandel starts slow, so I don't be surprised if she loses the first set, but I'm gonna take Bandel plus 2.5 games the first set, and I like her getting 5 games for the entire game. That's 2 picks, and I kind of think Bandel's gonna win the match outright, but stay tuned. And if you want an explanation, yeah, it's pretty simple. Bandel's got a lot more variety. Ostapenko plays one way. She's not going to make any adjustments. If she gets frustrated, she's going to get upset. She's going to get mad. Bandel's experience, she's a veteran. She's not going to play into that. She's going to make adjustments. She's going to use patterns. And Bandel's just got more variety. So this can be an upset outright. Who's next? Oh, look how it ended. It just so happens the person I picked to win it all is next. Bernarda Pera versus Coco Gauff. 2 Americans. Yeah, we know Bernarda Pera is from Croatia. She moved here as a teenager. We know that. But she's repping the USA, so she's part of the team. Bernarda Pera, part of the team. Listen, I like Pera, crafty lefty, very strong. But this is going to be a different type of scenario than what we saw against Emma Raducanu, right? This is a whole different ball game here. Now, Coco is completely overvalued. Let's just start with that. Coco is very overvalued here, and I don't really like that, to be honest with you. But I did pick Coco to win it, so I can't back off of that. However, stay alert, because these things, they change all the time, which is why nowadays, if you want a solid pick, you gotta wait. You gotta be patient. You can't just do videos a week in advance. Things are changing so much. But Coco Gauff, right? We know the resume. Former Junior One, former Junior Slam champion, former Junior Slam doubles champion, 9 championships. She's been on tour 3.5 years. Look, burst on the scene, shocking the world at Wimbledon, taking out Venus Williams. Now, these two ladies, different styles, right? They've never played before. This is the first time Bernarda Pera is going to face Coco, and Bernarda Pera doesn't want to be shown up by Coco. Bernarda Pera beat Zhang last time out. Now, Zhang's a lot taller. She has a good acer. She's a good acer. She has a good service game. She doesn't have the best return game, so Bernarda had some openings there. Coco, on the other hand, just came off that win against Raducanu, and look, she's on a high right now. She's won 7 in a row. She's beat the Bernarda Pera level type of competition. Emma Raducanu, listen, I don't want to hear anything about her being injured. Okay, the way she was running around that court, she was fine. The way she was hitting her backhand, you need power to step into shots like that. There's no injury there. I'm sorry. And this is a different matchup because Bernarda Pera prefers her left forehand. Bernarda Pera says her favorite shot is her two-handed backhand, but I don't think so. From watching all the film on her, I see her more comfortable hitting her left forehand deep in the corners, making opponents uncomfortable. The problem with this is the type of matchup where Coco's going to look to hit her backhand, and Bernarda Pera, her favorite shot is her. And by the way, Bernarda Pera she's listed as 5'9". She's not. Like, she's literally the same height as me. Bernarda Pera is 6 feet. Like, why do these ladies lie on the profile like that? And of course, it not necessarily her. It could be her handlers. But I think it's getting out of hand. A lot of these ladies are saying they're 5'7", they're 5'8", they're 5'9", and they're not. It's almost as bad as the NBA. Like Charles Barkley, when he played, he was listed at like 6'5", and he's not. But the reality here is, okay, I'm getting off topic here. But Bernarda thinks her best shot's her backhand. Her backhand doesn't compare to Coco's backhand. So Coco's going to have the ability to gain the upper advantage in some of these rallies, even returning. I do think Coco's a lot more athletic than Pera. She's a lot more explosive and faster. She's worked on her forehand. So I don't really see Pera being able to attack Coco's forehand like she did against Kinwin. It's possible, but I don't think so. And I think Coco's defense has improved a lot, especially since what we saw against Emma Raducanu. Her defensive slice is top notch. I don't see Pera putting Coco in those types of situations that Emma had her in. So right there, Coco is going to be a lot more relieved knowing she's playing the older player that's not going to be able to do that. Bernarda Pera is not going to be able to work Coco from side to side like that. I think Pera's best chance is going to be hitting the left forehand down the line winner. She's gonna have to hit short, quick winners. She can't go on a 15 or 20 shot rally and expect to win those exchanges with Coco, because I think Bernarda Pera on the big, and this is gonna be the big stage. This is gonna be on center court. I think she chokes. And look, no disrespect, I like Pera. No disrespect. I just think she chokes on the big stage, and she hasn't, over her entire career, she hasn't had many opportunities playing in these big stages. Coco's 18 and she's used to these big stages. This is a straightforward pick here, guys. I did pick Coco to win the entire tournament, right? That's my pick. But you got to watch out for Iga, because from what I see, if Novak gets bounced out, then Iga's going to win it on the women's side. But if she gets bounced out, then Novak's going to win on the men's side. But I do favor Novak to win on the men's side, which means I think Iga's going to be bounced out, possibly even this round. Look, I'm going to give you a straightforward pick here. And normally I don't like to take unders, right? Because anything can happen in a match. But this match, I see the first set going under. 9.5 games. If you can get it at 10, get it at 10, but normally, you know, that's very hard to find. I see the first set going under 9.5 games, so that's my pick there. That concludes round 3. Stay tuned. Again, I don't have any numeric plays. I'm looking for them, and when I see them, then I can go in depth and check the numbers and check the numerology, see if they come out, but I haven't seen any. So stay tuned, guys. Enjoy round 3, and if you listened so far, please like the video.